Hello, and welcome back to another instalment from Do Nation. This week we're talking about the donor marketing funnel. So let's jump straight in. Fundraising has changed a lot in the last few years, and it's more important than ever to understand the donor marketing funnel. By creating a robust donor centric marketing strategy that allows you to tailor your marketing efforts based on the funnel stages, is crucial to maximizing the effectiveness of all of your marketing efforts. For most nonprofits, donations are a critical part of financing the programs, services, and operations of the organisation. So, ensuring you have a strategic plan in place will help you create a funnel which maximises donations and advocacy. In order to do that, you must understand the stages of the donor marketing funnel and how to communicate at each stage of that process. So, what exactly is the donor marketing funnel? Well, it represents the process of how an individual goes from being unaware of your organisation to making their first donation. It creates a process which nurtures the relationship with the prospective donor, taking them from awareness to interest, then to donating, and finally becoming a super supporter and an advocate for your organisation. The reason this is illustrated as a funnel is because not everyone who becomes aware of your organisation will be interested in what you do. Similarly, not everyone who is interested is ready or able to make a donation. As we go down the funnel, each group of people becomes smaller but more engaged. The main purpose of this funnel is to help you identify what messaging is more appropriate for each level of the donor marketing funnel, and what technology or tools need to be in place to maximize your results at each stage. This will make your marketing efforts more valuable, whilst reducing the time you spend on getting these results. By following our donor marketing funnel strategy outlined, you'll be able to move people from an interruptive and noisy environment to a place where they are excited and happy to hear from you and ready for your invitation to contribute and support your work. So let's get into those steps. Stage 1, attract interest from your prospective donors. The first stage of the funnel is to attract interest from people that don't know what you do or what you're about. In a broader marketing term, we call this raising brand awareness. It's in this stage of the funnel that you want to cast your net wide, within reason. Remember, people can't support your cause if they don't know that you exist. In this top level of the funnel, potential donors are first introduced to your organisation. Your engagement strategy should not be centred around an ask. They are not ready for that yet. Instead, you should focus on educational and value-led content which demonstrates your work and expertise. This is where you start to build trust with prospective donors. So how do you do that? There are so many ways that you can raise awareness of your organisation, and in fact, I bet you are already doing some of them, whether it be posting on social media or running paid advertising. Other methods of raising awareness can include PR, SEO, featuring on podcasts, creating your own podcast, vlogging, Instagram, brand collaboration, influencer marketing, paid or sponsored posts on social media, and of course our favourite, the Google Ad grant. Raising a brand awareness doesn't need to be a big expense. As long as you have some capacity to consistently work on this top level strategy, you'll be able to yield good results. Consistency and messaging are key to delivering a great brand awareness strategy. As I mentioned before, you don't want to be asking for money the moment you meet somebody. Similarly, when you think about your personal relationships, would you ask somebody you just met for money? Or would you rather ask somebody you already know that already trusts you? Storytelling is a great tool for leveraging interest at the brand awareness stage. People are less interested and less likely to remember data than they are a story. What stories can you tell about your work? Do you have stories from people who have benefited from the work that your organisation does? Do you have stories from the volunteers and staff who help you? Not only does this provide prospective donors with a real life example of how your work is creating impact, but it also gives them a peek behind the curtain so they get a better understanding of who you are. Value-led content is another great tool to drive interest at the brand awareness stage. Value-led content provides the audience with tips, advice, or resources they can use. I'm going to throw out a couple of examples here. So one example might be a homeless charity that puts together a resource list of organisations that can help people who are in immediate danger of becoming homeless. Another example might be a mental health charity who puts together tips and resources for families living with somebody who is suffering from mental health problems. Or an environmental organisation could post tips on how to increase biodiversity in your own garden. By creating this type of content, you are proving yourself valuable to your prospective donors whilst also demonstrating your knowledge and expertise in the field in which you work, therefore further building trust in your organisation. Stage 2, capture your interest from website visitors. The second stage of the donor marketing funnel takes the initial interest from the audience and captures it, both emotionally and physically. From an emotional perspective, the audience should feel engaged and interested in learning more about the work you do. And from a physical standpoint, now is the time to capture their contact information and transition them from your social media or website into your email marketing list. Whilst a follow on social media is great, recent stats show that only 5% of your social followers actually see your posts in their feed. Collecting an email address, on the other hand, gives you a direct way to communicate with the audience and allows you to tailor that messaging to fit the stage of the funnel. So how do you do it? The best way to do it is through a lead magnet. A lead magnet is simply something you are giving away in return for the audience's contact information. And creating an irresistible lead magnet is crucial in developing an impactful donor marketing funnel strategy. The content of your lead magnet will depend on your audience and what they want or need. In our blog, we've put together some great examples of non-profit lead magnets that we see working at the moment. One is a great example of a quiz which lets people know that the organisation rescues food that would otherwise be getting ditched. It's a really simple way to engage the audience whilst demonstrating the significance of their core impact, which is food wastage. Another one is from Charity Water, who put together a fantastic guide for kids, and it's a great example of donor-centric content. The guide meets a need from parents who want their kids to be more informed and educated, and it provides simple things that the family can do together to make a difference. The key to finding your perfect lead magnet lies in the sweet spot that overlaps in these 3 questions. 1, what does my audience want or need? 2, what am I best equipped to provide? And 3, what format best suits my audience? For example, a family services based organisation may find that their existing donor base is people who identify as mothers. They are actively seeking tools and resources to support their parenting, but they have little time to digest big pieces of content. A good fit for a lead magnet could be a short video of a behaviour management tool or a PDF download of an educational game to play with the kids. These are short, informative and useful resources that are going to appeal to their target audience. Once you've created your lead magnet, you now need to make sure it's easy to find. You should include the following placements. A pop-up on your website. You may think this is really annoying, but they work. The second one is to have static positions on the website on both your homepage and your about page. You should also link it in any relevant blog articles. And here's an opportunity to go back through the archive and see where you can call this out. And fourthly, in your social media bio. You'll need to set up the lead magnet so that subscribers feed directly into your email marketing software, and ensure you have a simple automation set up which sends them an email for what they signed up for. Stage 3. Nurture interest of your subscribers. Now that you have captured the attention of your audience, you need to begin the work of nurturing that interest with the intention of getting them to give to your cause. Your lead magnet has pulled them into your email marketing list, which means you now have a direct channel of communication with them. Utilizing email marketing to nurture these prospects is a simple and time-efficient way of moving people further down your funnel process. It's important that you consider the content you are sending, being sure to be intentional with each email and not overloading people with too many emails. Sending preference options to your list can be a useful way of understanding what your subscribers are interested in hearing about, as well as how often they would like to be contacted. And by setting these preferences early on, you'll be confident that you're sending them the right content at the right time, and this can dramatically help to reduce your unsubscribes. So how do you do it? Well, in the same way that you build your social media content calendar, do the same for your emails. Create pillars for your email content, which might include organizational news, volunteer stories, impact stories, major appeals, important dates, tips and value, emergency appeals, behind the scenes, report release announcement, and relevant industry news. Decide on how often you want to communicate with your audience and take into account preferences when doing so. Your audience is most likely going to be interested in your story-led or value-led content, so this should be a regular feature they can expect from you. Again, this also helps to reinforce the know, trust, like factor, which will eventually lead them to donate. Another great tool for prepping your subscribers for an ask is to ensure that you are sharing your impact stories and demonstrating how your donors have helped you create that impact. You'll want to send a personalised thank you to donors when they donate, but also making a public thank you that you send to all your subscribers shows them that you truly value the support and money that donors provide. Create what you can in advance. All email marketing software has the option to schedule the emails you send. If you put aside a few hours each month to hash out your content and get it scheduled, this will save you a huge amount of time through the month and give you more flexibility to jump on anything urgent if it arises. And follow the same 1 to 4 rule that you should be using for social media posts. So for every 4 posts, or in this case 4 emails that you send, only one of them should be an ask. Stage 4, convert interest into donations and volunteers. By this stage in the funnel, you should have an engaged list of people who are excited to hear from you. To get these people to donate is now a case of asking nicely, timing your asks, and testing the different elements within your email marketing content. So how do you do it? Well, first and foremost, make it easy for people to donate. To do this, ensure you include a button or a clear link in your ask email that takes donors through to your donation page so they can donate with just a few clicks. Secondly, you'll want to time your ask. So we recommend that only 1 in 4 emails should be an ask, and you should always lead up to that by showcasing your impact and including specific information about how the donations are going to be used. Data is a crucial part of understanding what is and isn't working. Fortunately, all email marketing software providers include data about your open rate and your click rate. Test sending your emails on different days and at different times. Studies have shown that Tuesdays and Wednesdays have the highest open rates, but it might be different for your audience and you won't know until you test it. You should always test your email headlines to understand what language is helping to increase your open rate, and in the same manner, test the way you ask for donations to understand what is helping to drive your click rate. Finally, remember that monetary donations are not the only way your supporters can further your cause. Look to incorporate volunteer asks, petition signing, fundraising initiative like fun runs or fundraising challenges, and when sending out any content, make it easy to share. A simple share on social media might just reach your ideal donor, and people are more likely to share your content, and the people more likely to share your content are also the ones who are more likely to provide monetary support. Stage 5. Build advocacy and loyalty amongst your supporter base. You've converted your prospect to a donor. Hooray! But let's not get too comfy. Now let's ensure you maximize the chance of those donors becoming your biggest advocates. Brand advocates are such an important part of your organic marketing strategy. These folks are going to go out and help build that brand awareness for you, funneling more people into your top funnel. It's important you take the time to nurture existing donors as part of your loyalty and retention strategy. So how do you do it? Well, a simple thank you goes a long way. Ensure you are sending a personalized thank you for each donation made. And this can be done very simply using the personalization elements within your email marketing software. Project and appeal updates are very important to donors. If a donor can see and be told exactly how their contribution made a difference, it will go a long way in encouraging them to make a second donation, or better yet, become a monthly donor. Use your email marketing software to send exclusive updates to people who supported your appeal. And a great way of making your donors feel truly valued is to ask for their input when it's appropriate. Sending a survey, a poll, or hosting a donors-only Q&A session can be a great way to communicate and engage directly with your donor base. Doing this provides donors with a line of communication that allows them to feel seen, heard, and appreciated. The work of nurturing prospective and existing donors will be always ongoing. As donors become more engaged with your organisation, they continue to be upgraded, perhaps in monetary giving or volunteering, fundraising or advocacy. By focusing on the 5 levels that we've laid out, you can tailor your messaging and your time and also demonstrate that you are committed to building a relationship with donors and subsequently building loyalty and advocacy in your organisation. I hope you found this useful. If you're struggling to find a good lead magnet for your organisation, check out the link below. We've put together a great sheet of ideas that should get you on your way. And as always, if you've got any questions or comments, please leave them below. And also please subscribe so you get notified when the next video gets posted. Have a great week. See you soon.